Mass shootings in America are sparking discussion about the need for better mental health services. However, some people are reluctant to admit they're dealing with those issues. Medical reporter Lorie Johnson shows us how some churches are making it easier for people to share their struggles and seek help.
In the name of Jesus.
Dr. Thema Bryant, an ordained minister and clinical psychologist, knows firsthand how Christians can spiral into despair.
These things happen even within the church.
In her book, Homecoming, Dr. Bryant describes overcoming her trauma from sexual assault and keeping her faith by using therapeutic approaches, including one of her favorites, praise dance.
Some survivors get to a place where they hate their bodies because it's the place of the violation. But this is really a gift from God. And so to be able to reclaim it, to honor it, to move our bodies, to dance to the glory of God, it has been a wonderful part of my healing.
As president-elect of the American Psychological Association, Dr. Bryant says the church needs to create a culture where people can admit they're struggling and seek help.
I know in my church tradition, when people say, "How are you?" the usual answer is blessed, or "I'm blessed and highly favored." And so we want to get to a place where people can say, "I'm blessed, and what is the rest of the story? What is the fuller story?"
The tide is starting to change.
While many churches are beginning to signal to their members that it's okay to struggle with mental health issues, some are taking it a step further by developing ministries to help people with these types of problems.
At New Life Virginia Beach, Dr. Cyrus Williams leads a team of Christian professionals who treat people in the comfort of their own church.
Because we do the counseling here. That's the unique part about it. We do the counseling here in the church. So we trying to take away that stigma.
Demand is high given the growing number of those struggling with depression and anxiety.
And then we get into addiction counseling. We may go into more of some trauma that people are dealing with spiritual trauma, sexual trauma, any kind of violence. And then suicide is a big issue.
While counseling can be affordable for some, the goal is to make it achievable for all who need it.
To get to a nominal pay, we need really donations for people to donate salaries. We have people, if they donate money for a salary, we can see so many more people.
The ministry has become a natural progression because of the positive path pastors have taken from the pulpit regarding mental health issues.
We, as pastors, recognize we're not clinicians. We don't provide mental health care, but we do recognize that it is an essential part of being whole before the Lord. And so we want to partner with those who are professionals, just like we would partner with a doctor who is a professional in dealing with cancer or other sicknesses.
New Life Church also hosts mental health forums and seminars.
And so we wanted to make sure that our congregants, our leaders, were equipped to be able to recognize symptoms of people who are struggling with mental health issues and could then refer them or get them the help that they need.
So while mental health problems within the church can still be considered taboo, more leaders are trying to erase the shame so people can get the help they need. Lorie Johnson, CBN News.
And Gordon, it's so important for the church to really be open to mental health issues in addition to the physical issues and spiritual issues that people are facing.
Well, amen to that. Well, let's take a step forward. And instead of having stigma about it, just say, well, this is an injury. And if somebody's had a traumatic event in their life, well, let's get them the help that they need. And the clinical side of trauma therapy has made great advances recently, and it's wonderful what can happen and the transformation that can happen, whether it's some kind of physical trauma or a mental trauma, spiritual trauma, sexual trauma. These things can absolutely be dealt with and have wonderful results. We just need to be open to it and say, well, why not do that at church? Why not have that be part of the total healing, the salvation of the people who come?